So we are aware that you may have purchased some of these FRTs.
Okay.
So now we are having, like, the whole agency is basically reaching out to these purchasers.
That's incredible.
And we have to pick them up. You know, they're illegal. So
I won't be answering any questions today. I don't have any comments on this subject. I won't be giving you anything.
Okay, so you...
Are you refusing to give us the triggers?
I'm not refusing anything. I won't be answering any questions.
Welcome back, everyone. Before we get into the video, let's watch the only other video this guy has on his channel. It's an advertisement for his company. This one is an important video, so make sure you watch this one all the way through. Let's get right to it.
I own the company Moonlight Industries.
Okay.
Oh, really?
So we make like low visibility.
Oh, really?
We specialize in like, right now we have a contract with SEAL Team 6 actually.
Okay.
We make their like low visibility MP7 rigs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
awesome.
cool. So were you expecting us?
Well, what didn't surprise me when I saw a guy in a plate carrier showing up. So
Well,
got the
we're
Ultima
obviously-
OTBs on. So.
Yeah, no. So the reason why we're here is because I don't know. I'm sure you're aware that just recently the ATF classified the FRTs, the force
Sure.
reset triggers, as machine guns.
Yeah.
So we are aware that you may have purchased some of these FRTs.
Okay, I'm going to start with a standard mil-spec trigger. With the bolt locked, round in the chamber, and safety off, the cycle of operation begins as the shooter squeezes the trigger. The round fires. As the round passes the gas port, most of the gas is vented through the gas tube and begins the process of sending the bolt to the rear. When that process starts, the bolt unlocks. The empty brass is then extracted from the chamber and ejected from the firearm. As the bolt moves to the rear, it cocks the hammer. At this point, the shooter may continue to hold the trigger to the rear or release some of the rearward pressure and allow the trigger to reset. As the spring behind the buffer pushes the bolt forward, a new round is stripped from the magazine. That new round is then forced into the chamber. As the bolt is fully closed, it locks into place and the cycle is ready to be repeated. And now for the FRT. With the bolt locked, round in the chamber, and safety off, the cycle of operation begins as the shooter squeezes the trigger. The round fires. As the round passes the gas port, most of that gas is vented through the gas tube and begins the process of sending the bolt to the rear. When that process starts, the bolt unlocks. The empty brass is then extracted from the chamber and ejected from the firearm. As the bolt moves to the rear, it cocks the hammer, which is the point in the cycle of operation where our FRT is different from a standard mil-spec trigger. In our patented design, as the bolt cocks the hammer forces a reset on the trigger, which pushes the shooter's finger forward. Simultaneously, as the trigger is forced into a reset, the locking bar pivots into position, mechanically locking the trigger, preventing it from functioning again until the cycle of operation is complete. As the spring behind the buffer pushes the bolt forward, a new round is stripped from the magazine. That new round is then forced into the chamber. As the bolt closes and locks into place, that locking bar disengages, which allows for the cycle to be repeated.
Okay.
So now we are having, like, the whole agency is basically reaching out to these purchasers.
That's incredible.
And we have to pick them up. You know, they're illegal. So
I won't be answering any questions today. I don't have any comments on this subject. I won't be giving you anything.
okay, so you
Are you refusing to give us the triggers?
I'm not refusing anything. I won't be answering any questions.
okay. But okay, so we are aware that you did purchase FRTs. Again, you wouldn't be in trouble if you just give those up to us, or
Okay.
if you sold them, you can tell me you sold them.
Sure.
You know,
Okay.
and you're not going to be in trouble for that.
I understand.
So we're just here, honestly, like just to pick them up.
Sure. Sure. It's a bigger conversation than what you're having right now. You know, you decide as you go the rules, right?
Again, that's not something I decided.
It's not. I know. You guys are just
I don't-
here.
I-
You guys
I
are
don't
just here.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all.
I understand.
I don't want to be here any more than you want me to
Sure.
be here.
Well, it's the problem is you are the people who go and knock on the doors, right? So when they make new laws and you break them, or you go against the citizens, because they've spoken what they buy and what they do, the citizens are speaking, but the government is making their decisions on what they think. They're not being servants to the citizens, right?
And
Right.
all we're saying is, you know, like, I mean, we, like you said, you know, we just hear, we are the ones that just come and knock on the door. We
Sure.
just enforce the laws. We don't make the laws. So
Sure, I
you know,
understand.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're not in trouble. I mean,
No,
you
and
didn't
I
buy
understand
them, you know.
No, I didn't do anything wrong. Exactly. That's
So-
yeah. I love good law-abiding cops who are good people, are doing what they do, and I understand you have families to feed. You're just doing what you're told, so you don't get fired from your job. But there is a problem that exists, and at some point you have to make your decision on which side of the team you're on. So I won't be answering any questions. If I'm not being detained, I'm not under arrest, I'll just be leaving now.
Okay.
I won't be able to help you with what you're trying to find.
So, and just to be clear, so then now you know that if you were to be in possession of these FRTs, then you would be basically breaking the law.
The ATF claims that they're making rules, but there's been no vote. There's been no congressional hearing that says you have the law. You don't make law, right?
I don't.
Yeah, the ATF doesn't make law.
Again,
No.
again, but it's.
I don't want. Listen, right now I seem like a huge dick. Like I'm like fuck you guys, but I really don't feel that way at all. I just can't, in good faith, when I make the gear for every high-end special operations unit in America right now. That's all I do. That's all I do is support these freedom fighters. A lot of law enforcement SWAT guys. I can't take part in an overstep past the line that says this is or is not legal. Just because you have a badge, you can still do crimes, right?
Right.
So if the American people feel like, the ATF is committing crimes right now, I can't help you. I'm sorry. I just can't.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you.
Many times we see videos where cops have great attitudes and nice smiles. The truth is, cops and agents are trained to get you to talk. If any of you that watch this video believe that this man should have answered questions, you are sadly mistaken. There are people sitting in prison right now for opening their mouths. Matt Hoover and Justin Irvin are two names that come to mind. And who do the ATF think they are, making up their own laws without even Congress making a decision? Matt Hoover from the CRS Firearms YouTube channel was recently convicted of multiple felonies, and now he's locked in a cage. The Hoover Auto Key Card case is one case to keep an eye on. They are currently in the process of trying to get that overturned. The Armed Attorneys YouTube channel do a good job of breaking that down. Matt Hoover and Justin Irvin were found guilty on victimless crimes. That's the bottom line truth, folks. These agents lied and tried to entrap the man from Moonlight Industries. We got to keep in mind that they weren't wearing any body cams, and without video evidence, people will find themselves yelling at the top of their lungs only to go on deaf ears. Folks, it is always important to record the police. You have to learn to not trust the government. Learn to shut the fuck up, most importantly. And if possible, close your doors and don't even talk to them. If you have videos that you want us to look at, send them to recordpolicenow@gmail.com. We'll take a look at them. We'll try to highlight your channels. Thank you all for tuning in. If you learned anything from this video, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.